What's up guys, Boss here, and I'm back with another YouTube video, and this time we're going to be playing some top ladder using 2.9 Giant Cycle, one of my favorite decks in the game. I actually got a 12-win grand challenge with it too before I started recording. I think it's back in the meta in my opinion. If you guys know who Samuel Basoto is, a really good Brazilian player, and Mugi, a really good Japanese player, they both tweeted on Twitter and both thought that this 2.9 Giant Cycle deck is back in the meta. If you guys remember, I used to make videos on it quite often. I really liked it. It has so much, outplay potential, and if you play really well, there aren't many difficult matchups, and one of the most difficult matchups for this deck was Graveyard, but with Graveyard getting one less skeleton, it's going to be used less, and also, Bats got a huge buff. Their first attack is faster. I think they get so much value once again for 2 Elixir. They're almost as strong as they were before the Bats nerf. Magic Archer, even though it got a hit points nerf, it still is a very strong card and great for getting chip damage. If you guys remember, the range got nerfed and then the range got back, and they just ended up nerfing the hit points. Mini P.E.K.K.A a couple seasons ago got a hit speed buff, and Miner, even though it got a damage nerf, it's still a very solid card of getting chipped throughout the duration of the match. You have Log and Zap, 2 cheap spells which you can accumulate a lot of chip damage throughout the duration of the game. Skeletons and Bats give you fast cycle, and the only really difficult matchup is Balloon, but even Balloon, if you play perfectly, you can beat, if you get so much damage early on and outcycle their spells. So before we get in the first game, if you guys want to support me, you can use my creative code BOSS. You can use it in any Supercell game, help support me, help support the channel, and I really appreciate all you guys who do use my code. It means a lot. So we're at 5,963 right now, 378th in the world. I was actually at, I think, 6K yesterday, but lost a couple games because I was testing out decks, after the balance changes. Really no problem at all though, because it's so early in the season. I'm just kind of at this point testing out what decks are good in the meta, and I plan to, as always, first week of the season, try to upload every single day. I think I uploaded the last couple of days. I'm gonna see if I can upload for a whole week straight, because there's no stress at all playing ladder or anything like that, because it's so early in the season. And towards the end of the season, because I'm really focusing, I start to upload every other day. But beginning of the season, I'm going to try to upload every day, or at least 5 or 6 days a week, instead of my usual 4 that I do towards the end of the season. But anyway, this guy has Barbarians, and I think he used minions as well, so we gotta hope this isn't lava, but if it is, we can still win. We need to pressure him really, really hard and go for a giant and a mini P.E.K.K.A in the opposite lane of this lava push. I'm gonna play Bats on the Inferno Dragon. Oh my god, guys, that mini P.E.K.K.A was actually horrible. I don't even know why I did that, why it went in front of the giant. Pretty big misplay on my part, but it might end up being okay. Bad minions though on his end, so he makes a mistake as well, and we're getting so much damage on his, not so much, but we get a good chunk of damage on his King Tower. And that's going to really help us out in this match, because if you want to beat lava, you need to get a lot of damage early on and outcycle them. His Barbarians are out of cycle, so what I'm really tempted to do is when I get the Elixir, I think I'm going to go for a Giant and a Mini P.E.K.K.A and just straight up go for the 3 crown right here, right now, because this might be the one opportunity we get, because if we wait too long, he's obviously going to, be in double and have a solid chance of keeping up with our cycle better. So I'm going to zap his Inferno Drag. We're going to go for Bats. He's probably just going to go ahead and zap those, but Mini P.E.K.K.A is going to get on the King Tower. He didn't have enough Elixir to play Barbarians and didn't even have them in cycles, so this is what we like to see. A huge, huge chunk of damage right there. He is going to go for a Lava, though, so we got to watch out for that. I'm going to go for a Mini P.E.K.K.A to apply pressure. This is going to force Barbarians out of him, or Minions or something, so then he can't go for a Balloon right away. Minions aren't going to be enough. It's going to get a connection. I'm going to go for a Miner. I don't know if we can defend this Balloon. Hopefully it doesn't get... If it doesn't get 2 hits... Oh my gosh, guys, he's ignoring the Miner? Wait, he just ignored the Miner? Oh my gosh. Let's go. He completely ignored the Miner. I don't know why, but... I guess he didn't notice how much HP was on his King Tower, or he underestimated the Miner, which some people do after the nerf it got, but... Miner came in clutch there. Really nice win versus what I said was probably the most difficult matchup. And then whenever I make videos on Giant, people always ask me, I know it's going to happen, so I'm going to say it in advance. I'm trying to get the Electro Spear right here. But anyway, those of you who I know there's going to be some people asking, how do you beat P.E.K.K.A with this deck? Well, believe it or not, I don't even think P.E.K.K.A is that bad of a matchup. I think it's 50-50, and you might be wondering, like, how in the world is it a 50-50 matchup, like, if you're using, you know, Giant Cycle? Well, that's the thing, it's a cycle deck, which means you out-cycle the P.E.K.K.A player as best as you can, and you try to get a lot of damage early on. Basically, if you Giant and single and they P.E.K.K.A on top of it, if you successfully defend the P.E.K.K.A, you can go for another Giant before they're back to P.E.K.K.A in rotation. You can defend the Bandits really easily with Skeletons. Skeletons fully counter the Bandit, and if they decide to, like, zap the Skeletons, you have your Bats you can use. Overall, your cycle is so much faster than the P.E.K.K.A players, because their cycle is 3.8, yours is 2.9. So if you're playing really smart and also just out-cycling every single one of their spells and defending correctly, it shouldn't be that difficult. But like I said, it's not like you counter them, but I don't really think they counter you. I think it's a roughly even matchup, and I actually asked Carpy, who is considered to be the best P.E.K.K.A player. He kind of agreed as well that P.E.K.K.A versus Giant Cycle is a roughly even matchup. This guy just used his arrows and his zap, which means he doesn't have anything in rotation for these bats. I don't think the Sparky is going to shoot the Magic Archer. So he did cycle back to a zap after he played the Sparky. That was well played on his part. Had he not done that, he would have been in so much trouble. So we got to figure out how we want to defend the Sparky here. I think we surround with Skellies and go for a mini P.E.K.K.A on top. So we'll do this. And we got to make sure that this minion horde dies. Okay, okay. And a lot of people ask why I prefer having Zap over Snowball in this deck. Well, Sparky's the main reason, so. Okay. Let's see what we want to do here. What's good is we have Log first Skarmy, so. He's going to opt to go for Bats in this situation. His Bats and Minion Horde are out of cycle. I'm going to go for a Giant and a Miner. We're going to log this Skarmy. I just want to take his tower right now. That's kind of my priority. I don't... Ooh, is that a good thing or a bad thing that the Sparky's going the opposite lane? I actually don't know. I'm going to go Bats. Something really cool you can do is you can actually play the Magic Archer behind the tower, like I'm doing right here to help take care of the Sparky. Did you see that? Did you see what I did there? You position the Magic Archer behind the tower, so then that way you can actually... What happens is it hits your Magic Archer will actually end up hitting the Sparky and the... Let's do this, try to... Ah, shoot. The Sparky didn't shoot in time, that was unfortunate. But you try to line it up so you can take out both, if that makes sense. We're going to give him the tower. That felt kind of like an overcommitment. There was no way I would have defended that. Oh wow, he's interesting. I don't think that was that good of a play. The arrow zap, I mean. Zap on the Skarmy. Can we get the mini P.E.K.K.A to the tower? Yeah, nice. So that's going to be GG. He overextended, taking out that Magic Archer when he went for arrows and zap. He had nothing on defense, so that's exactly how you want to play versus Sparky, and that is why I recommend having Zap in this deck and not Snowball. Even though Snowball helps versus Balloon, sure, I think it's better to have Zap because it instantly resets things such as Inferno and also Inferno Drag, even though Snowball pushes back Inferno Drag. I just prefer it if it makes sense. 252nd in the world. Let's go to the next game, and that's a perfect representation of why Zap is your go-to spell in this deck. But if you, like, if you want a substitution, maybe you don't have max Zap for some reason, just put in Snowball. Works perfectly fine as well. And also, so if anyone asks, like, what's a substitution for the Magic Archer, I would go for Musketeer. And I actually would say it's not a horrible substitution. You just have to rely on getting majority of your damage with Giants and Miners, but at the same time, you'll actually have a little bit of a stronger defense. So there's kind of a trade-off. And that's kind of like what I would say for the substitutions with this deck. Alright, I'll let out the search time if we don't find the game in like the next 5 seconds or something. Oh, well, that was perfect timing. Whew, this guy has a lot more trophies than I do. If I win this game, I think I'm going to get like 40, which is really nice. I might even get like 42. And if I lose, I'd only lose like 18. This guy got log bait. Okay, well, log bait should not be too difficult of a matchup. It's not a guaranteed win, but I don't think it should be that difficult, if we're being honest, because I think the Magic Archer gets so much value. Ooh, he does have Tesla. I would prefer him to have Inferno because I got zapped for that, but oh well. Good Goblin Gang on his end. Can't take out the Princess. Might have been a little bit of a... Oh, dang. It's not even going to kill the... Okay, now we take it out. Nice. Yeah, that was a nice log on his end, for sure. Taking out... I don't want to giant in the back again. I actually think I want to wait until double to build up my main pushes, just because he's kind of... I would like to Magic Archer this, but I don't want to, because I bet... Yep, I knew it. I knew he was going to predict it. Okay, we're going to... This might seem weird, but what we're going to do is we're going to completely ignore the entirety of that, because now I don't know how he can defend this push. Sometimes ignoring Goblin Barrels is a good play, as like weird as it might seem in some situations, because then they don't have enough elixir for defense. See what just happened? Mini P.E.K.K.A got pushed to the tower. If I went for a log, or I think I had a log in cycle, if I logged to that Goblin Barrel, I would have had 2 less elixir. I don't know if I would have made that push happen, especially since it was singles. So that was a really good play on my end, ignoring that Goblin Barrel, even though it might have seemed weird at the time. It worked out so well. He's going to rocket that. That's a 6-for-4 trade. Again, this is why I think this matchup is quite good for us, because the Magic Archers are obnoxious for him, because when they're on our side of the map, he pretty much has to rocket them. He's going to give up, which is pretty surprising considering he's so much higher than I am in trophies, and if he doesn't know, he's about to find out that he's going to lose probably 42 trophies. So a huge pickup for me. Like a really nice win. We'll give him a good game. I mean, yeah, it's good for us. I think it's pretty difficult for him. But definitely ignoring that Goblin Barrel won us the game. I definitely recommend doing stuff like that in single elixir, because they're using 3 elixir. You're basically going to have a 3 elixir lead. You're gaining 3 elixir after you're ignoring that 3 elixir, if that makes sense. So 41, I thought it was going to be like 42, but I'll take it regardless. 161st in the world. Let's keep going, see if we can get to 6,100. And yeah, so far so good, guys. I'm so excited. I hope this deck is, as I said, you know, maybe on ladder, if it's not, you know, amazing in the meta, at least in competitive it'll be viable. I think on ladder, though, it'll be decent. I think this deck, if you play it well, I think it'll be good this season. I'm really liking what I'm seeing with the bats. So many interactions are different, way more likely to get, you know, a shot on the tower now, whereas before they never would because their first attack was so slow. Magic Archer, hopefully he doesn't like expect it. He doesn't. It's going to completely take it out. Wow, that's so much damage for us. He's going to zap, perfectly fine by me. We're going to zap, so he's got Hunter and Zap. That doesn't really tell me much. Okay, he's going to go for a Firecracker, probably going to have maybe a Royal Hog deck. Ooh, no, he's going to have RG. I want to try to get rid of this Firecracker as soon as we possibly can. Zap these bats. Okay, he's got a mini P.E.K.K.A to deal with. RG got no hits, by the way. That's pretty crazy. So he's going to have RG bait. Interesting. Really no point in activating the King Tower because he does have RG as his win condition, but I suppose if we activated it, it would help versus the Skarmy, but probably not necessary. I don't know. So I'm tempted to go Giant at the bridge because he doesn't have the Skarmy. Oh, you need to cycle the Hunter, but I already had my Magic Archer ready to cycle, so never mind, I can't. Ooh, and he's got a, oh boy, so he's got a Fireball for the Magic Archer. That's not a good sign, but we can out-cycle his Fireball, of course, because I think our cycle's significantly faster than his, so we got that going for us. Ooh, and he has... This is going to be a little He's got Hunter, Fireball. Wow, okay, he's got Hunter and Mini P.E.K.K.A. for our Giant, and then he's got Fireball for the Magic Archer. Ooh, and he's got Zap for the... Let's go, Bats. If the Bats weren't buffed, that Mini P.E.K.K.A. would have gotten a shot. It just shows you right there how many interactions are different. It's nuts. I'm tempted to go for... I think I'm going to do it, actually. He might predict it, but... Oh, no, he doesn't. Okay. Okay, that got quite a lot of damage, if I'm being honest. Probably way more than he would have liked. Okay, he's going to go for another RG. We can log all this. Hopefully he doesn't have a Goblin Barrel because I just used my log. Go Miner in the back. Okay. Nope, I'm not going to zap that. I want to play this safe. We pretty much have this, though. We pretty much already won. I can Giant because he played that Hunter all the way in the back. His Mini P.E.K.K.A.'s out of cycle. I can just do this log for the, like, Skarmy he has to play. And that's going to be GG. Really nice win there. Maybe he didn't have matchup. I just was a little bit, like, a little worried because it felt like he had a lot of good answers to us. I mean, he had Zap for the Bats, Skarmy, Mini P.E.K.K.A., Hunter for our Giant, and Fireball for the, you know, for our Magic Archer. But to be fair, our cycle is significantly faster than his. He has a 3.5 cycle. Ours is 2.9. So that's what ultimately won us the game. 135th in the world, one game away from 6,100. Let's see if we can get it right here. And yeah, maybe end the video after that. Or maybe if this game is really quick, I'll go for one more. But it would be a really nice way to end the video if we end off with getting 6,100 right here. And yeah, so far I'm really liking how this is going. You know, let me know if you guys do end up enjoying this video. Let me know in the comments, because if you guys like this deck, I'll do it again very soon. Another video on it, maybe even next week. Or maybe I'll use this in the global tournaments. I don't know, but alright, so we found our next game. Reverse Santo. Good luck. We could, I guess, cycle Skeletons in the back. Okay, he's going to go for a Ghost. Is this potentially going to be RG Ghost? We'll have to see. No Miner or Mini P.E.K.K.A. in cycle. That really sucks. Bandit. Could be P.E.K.K.A. then. Yeah, I think it's P.E.K.K.A. I think I should have went Giant in front of the Magic Archer. Yeah, we lost. GG. That was my fault. I should have gone Giant in front of the Magic Archer. Oh, he's got a Tornado. Oh my god. That's going to make things even worse. Or harder. Ooh. Well, I mean, we didn't lose yet, but it certainly ain't looking good. Oh, man. Guys, that is so unlucky. If I, like, if I had gone Giant, I think I would have taken his tower. We would have, like, tower traded. Oh my gosh, that's so unfortunate. Because as I said, P.E.K.K.A., I don't think it's a horrible matchup, but I certainly didn't expect him to go P.E.K.K.A. at the bridge first play of the game. That was not something I at all expected, so that was kind of unfortunate, but I should have predicted that, because usually when a P.E.K.K.A. player battle rams in the back, they normally go P.E.K.K.A. in front, but I just was not expecting him to do that, to say the least, because it was very, very aggressive. Okay, he's gonna P.E.K.K.A. This is like our one opportunity. He's got the Executioner. I think he may have messed up. I'm not sure though. No! Oh my gosh. We got like some damage, but not enough. Oh, well, that's gonna be GG. I actually don't think that that's a hard counter. Like, I think I definitely could have won that if it weren't for the start of that game. Because you saw, like, I started to come back, but kind of a, you know, like, I don't know, kind of unfortunate, I guess, like, what he did. Like, I'll just show the replay real quick. Like, basically, I cycle Magic Archer, and then he goes Battle Ram in the back, and this is what I'm talking about. If I went Giant at the bridge here, in front of the Magic Archer, instead of it there, look at his Elixir, he's at 2. He couldn't have defended. So then I probably could have played Bats on the P.E.K.K.A. Battle Ram, cleaned it up if he zapped those and used Skeletons, Defensive Miner, whatever, you know? This was bad. If I just went... Yeah, that was honestly very unlucky for us. Like, I guess I made, like, the incorrect play there. But anyway, we played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games, and the first game we won was actually versus a pretty difficult matchup. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. You know, make sure to like it if you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And yeah, as I said, one of my favorite decks, so it was a pretty fun video for me to make. And let me know if there's any other buffed cards you guys want me to test out. Maybe there's some sort of Witch deck or something that's good. I don't really know. Goblin Giant Sparky I might do again soon, because when I made the video, the balances weren't actually live yet, so I'd like to make it where I'm actually testing it. And I forget what else actually got buffed. I can't remember if I'm missing something. I know Bats did, I know Witch did, I know Goblin Giant did. But anyway, that's going to be it for the video. Thanks again. Until next time, guys.